around the land of small. APACT, your teams unite our mind. Bring mankind to battle-free
A very good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Right now I would like to welcome all of you to the 13th Asia Pacific Congress on Tobacco and Health, or APACT 2021 Thailand. I'm Gwang Khemjara. It's my honor to be your host for this fantastic session, which is we about to begin in a minute. So right now, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to announce that this year we have our special 3 major events combined all together, which is we facilitate APACT 2021 Thailand, and also Centennial celebrations of Medical Association of Thailand, and together with TRC International Conference on Tobacco Control. But apart of that, we also would like to announce that we have a good news. This year, there are more than 4,500 participants from 35 countries from all around the world join APACT 2021 Thailand, this is the highest number that we have received, and also it exceeds our expectation. So we would like to apologize for the system this morning that we have occurred. So we have already upgraded our server to ensure that we can serve all the requirements from our participants. So worry about that, because right now in this minute, we are ready to deliver to you and also to share to you a very good sessions from our experts. So right now, another things that we would like to introduce to you, that we would like to welcome you all to the Congress theme song, Magic Breath. If you're ready, please enjoy with this music video.
Oh, magic breath, oh, magic
Wow, I have received a very good energy from this magic breath and also for this Congress theme song. So I believe everyone are ready and anchored to start the event right now. And I would like to take this opportunity to invite Professor Amon Leela Rasami, the President of the Medical Association of Thailand, to give a welcome speech. Please welcome.
Dear Professor Dr. Somsi Pausawat, President of the Thai Medical Council, Professor Dr. Ronnachai Kongsukul, President of the APACT 13, past presidents, the distinguished members of Medical Association of Thailand, colleagues, guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a golden opportunity to celebrate the centennial establishment of the Medical Association of Thailand along with the 13th APACT event. I have reasons to explain to you why the celebration had to coincide with the 13th APACT meeting during the COVID-19 pandemics. First, looking back 100 years of the MAP, the association had achieved one essential target, which is a beautiful, permanent 12-story building for the MAP office, and also accommodate office of 13 medical royal colleges, 13 medical associations, working together, of course, peacefully, in this building. Also, from the very beginning of the MAP, it has been owning a peer-reviewed journal called the Journal of Medical Association of Thailand, which in fact is older than 100 years now, and is still publishing articles on a monthly basis. Our continuous activity of the MAP are periodical meetings to review academic progress in science and medicine, provide welfare to the doctors, and announce the scientific findings in the journal, organizing annual academic meetings to improve medical practice in Siam. The MAP has continuously makes many progresses to promote the art and science of medical ethics and medical practice for the betterment of patient care and public health in Thailand until now. 47 years later, it gave birth to the Thai Medical Council, which is a legal organization to regulate the medical practice and ethics of medical professions. At present, the MAP has been providing education to young medical graduates, doctors, welfare to the doctors, provide funding to young researchers. Knowledge and self-care to the patients and people, and sometimes empowering healthcare leaders with the local and international connections, and the knowledge to lead and shape the local healthcare system and carries regular monthly committee meetings. Yet, since the year 2020 up until now, has been stressful years for MAP, the medical profession, which has been facing major challenges of COVID-19 outbreak in the country. This occasion is very unique since I was the president last year and the COVID-19 outbreak just took place. And I am the first infectious disease specialist who becomes the MAP president. With my experience of dealing infectious disease for more than 40 years, the MAP is able to counteract the outbreak quickly by giving advice how to control the disease to the Prime Minister and related organizations, providing critical thinking and opinion how to deal with COVID-19 to our medical professions and people, providing funds for research and supervision, donating masks, PPE freely to our doctors and medical personnel. The MAP bought a group life insurance package to cover our doctors and nurses, a total of more than 300,000 persons who work frontline taking care of infected patients, and give a death benefit of 5 million baht paid to relatives of doctor or nurse who died from active COVID-19. The MAT has an opportunity in cooperating with our friends at the Chinese Medical Association to share the knowledge and experience in caring patients with COVID-19 in the early outbreak. The immense activities against COVID-19 just happened last year, but I can recall among the activities that contribute significantly and continuously to promote healthy Thai society is the anti-smoking campaign in Thailand. Mr. Matt is the sole active pioneer for over 46 years to protect Thai people from tobacco hazards, to ensure boys and girls to live healthy lives without diseases caused by tobacco. And these activities are well recognized both local and internationally. And this year, the COVID-19 pandemic is getting worse in Thailand and collides with the 13th APACT meeting. As you know, tobacco and COVID-19 unfortunately have relationship with which smokers face a 50% higher risk of development severe illness and suffering and death from COVID-19. Well, it couldn't be better than this, that we have the 13th Asia Pacific Conference on Tobacco or Health meeting held during the COVID-19 outbreak, and at the centennial celebration of the MAT when I was the president, all together in one place and time to help saving more lives from illness and death due to the combination of tobacco, smoking, and COVID-19. So, thanks to everyone who shared in our centennial celebration. I find myself feeling fortunate and honored that I am a part of the celebration, and it reminds me all over again just how amazing the past presidents, members, and committees really are, having done spectacular jobs from the very beginning of the MAT. year we had the Centennial celebration, which is well integrated in the APAC meeting. COVID-19 and tobacco will be certainly with us in the near future, maybe for long. Can I conclude that one day from now, that together with our friends and the participation of all segments of Thai and international medical societies, will accomplish making this world an even better place, a tobacco-free world with least ill effect from COVID-19. We must unite to make this conclusion a reality before the Met will reach the next Centennial celebration. It is in our hands to act responsibility from now. Thank you very much.
Distinguished guests, could you please give a big round of applause to the President of the Medical Associations of Thailand. Thank you very much once again for your warm welcoming speech. Up next, I think it's time that you are all waiting for. Would like to take this opportunity to invite Professor Ronnachai Kongsakorn, the chairman of the 13th APACT 2021 Thailand, to give you a conference report. Please welcome.
Professor Somsri Pausawat, the President of Medical Council of Thailand and the Chair of the opening ceremony. Professor Amon Lilalasamy, the President of Medical Association of Thailand and the Organizing Committee of APACT. The Asia-Pacific Association for the Control of Tobacco, established in 1989 with its mission to control the tobacco consumption among Asian countries. The first APACT conference for Asia-Pacific Conference on Tobacco or Health, Taipei, in 1989 is the first big step to gather people in the field of tobacco control to share experiences and strategies and to gain the networks among Asia-Pacific countries. Up until now, APACT has developed and become an important regional forum. For the year 2021, the Medical Association of Thailand with Tobacco Control Research and Knowledge Management Center, National Alliance for Tobacco-Free Thailand, and the Department of Disease Control Ministry of Public Health, and together host the APACT 2021 Bangkok during September 3rd to 4th, 2021, under the auspice of Asia-Pacific Association for the Control of Tobacco. But with the COVID pandemic across the region, the conference would be conducted in virtual format. The conference has been supported by Thailand Convention and Exhibition Bureau, network organizations such as John Tung Foundation and Thai Health. The program of the conference is creamed with 4 plenary lectures and 1 memorial lecture with various symposiums and workshops. We have around 66 international speakers together with 28 local speakers sharing their knowledge and experiences. There are about 1,000 registrations from 26 countries joined the conference with more than 350 abstracts submitted. On behalf of the Organizing Committee of APACT 2021, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Asia-Pacific Association for the Control of Tobacco, APACT, for the honor in organizing the APACT 2021 Bangkok. I would also like to express my sincere thanks to our committee on both international and local for their hard work. Even the platform was changed, but we tried our best to keep the APACT viable in this meeting. I wish you will have a good time with us during the conference period. I do hope that APACT 2021 Bangkok will be another memorable APACT event. APACT is always the stage for the knowledge sharing. And from now on, APACT will be recalled as the state of collaboration and support, even in the difficult time. I would like to invite Professor Somsi Pausawat to declare the conference open. Please welcome Professor Somsi Pausawat.
Dear Professor Amon Leelalasmi, President of the Medical Association of Thailand, Professor Ronachai Kongsakorn, President of APACT 13, dear colleagues and distinguished guests, it is a great honor for me to be here with all of you. This is the first new normal virtual conference for the Asia-Pacific Conference on Tobacco or Health. Anyhow, this conference will bring together the region's high-level delegates to facilitate partnerships and to share best practices to the global tobacco control. We can work together with hands in hand in fighting with the most difficult health problems, tobacco, smoking, and the problems that deteriorate and shorten our life longevity and suffer our peaceful lifestyle. The Medical Association of Thailand is the oldest medical organization in Thailand and also the pioneer for anti-smoking campaign in Thailand for over 48 years. I would give my regards and appreciation to all the people who share passion and strengthen to achieve the goal of smoking-free society. Before we carry on with the events, I wish to remind you again that we shall celebrate towards the 100th year anniversary of the Medical Association of Thailand by next year, 2022, after the COVID-19 pandemic subsided, and hope to see you, all of you, in Bangkok, not by virtual. Finally, I have to say that fighting against tobacco is not very easy, but together we can do it better and much better for a tobacco-free world. Thank you to all of you who made this conference possible. Stay safe and healthy. Thank you all.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and now our 13th of APACT 2021 Thailand has already been officially opened. The Congress will never be happened without our support from our friends all around the world. So right now we would like to share some of our message from our friends with all of you. Please enjoy.
Distinguished guests, delegates, and experts, thank you for the opportunity to speak to you in the centennial celebrations by the Medical Association of Thailand and the National Alliance for hosting the Asia-Pacific Conference on Tobacco or Health. This is an important event given that majority of tobacco use is now in the Asia-Pacific region, and majority of deaths out of the 8 million deaths globally due to tobacco are in this region. We are in the middle of a pandemic, the COVID pandemic, but we should not lose sight of the tobacco epidemic, which has been going on for so many years, and we are needlessly losing so many lives. We are seeing good progress in some countries in this region, but the progress is uneven. In the last report of the WHO tobacco epidemic, which was released last month, the GTCR, shows that some countries have made significant progress. For example, in Southeast Asia, now there are almost all countries which have achieved the highest level of implementation for graphic health warnings. Likewise, in the Western Pacific, we are seeing 3 countries now with plain packaging, and there are some progresses on other measures such as bans in advertising sponsorship. But these progresses are uneven, and then some policies like raising of taxes have not been very effective, because these have not been increasing in most countries in this region. Likewise, more smokers want to quit during COVID, but the cessation services are actually coming down. There's no improvement in cessation services. And for that reason, WHO has a year-long campaign from World No Tobacco Day to support tobacco users to quit. And that campaign is still going on, and it will be important to see how we could look at effective ways to scale up cessation services in the Asia-Pacific region. I would also like to draw attention that the tobacco industry, the nicotine and tobacco industry, has not been lying low during the pandemic. They're trying to use the opportunity to engage the government in the guise of corporate social responsibility, and they're trying to push new and emerging products. This is worrisome because we know that the evidence on the effectiveness of these new and novel products as a cessation aid is inconclusive. At the same time, we know and we are seeing that majority of children are getting attracted to these products, and these children are more likely to transfer and become tobacco addicts when they into adult life. So we don't want to create regulatory carve-outs, and we don't want to see dilution of tobacco control efforts, but because that would be reversing progress in tobacco control. So I really urge the member states, experts, participants in the APACT conference to look at regional strategies and look at opportunities to strengthen the accelerated implementation of the Framework Convention on Tobacco Control, which is now an SDG priority, and see the accelerated implementation of the key demand reduction measures, the Empower package of which WHO has been pushing, because we know what countries that have made progress have only through these measures. So thank you once again, and I'm looking forward to the successful deliberations and to see how some tangible outcomes can be discussed during this important meeting.
Esteemed colleagues, participants, and friends, it is a privilege for the Secretariat of the WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control to join you today to open the 2021 Asia-Pacific Conference on Tobacco or Health. Despite the difficulties of hosting such an impressive array of key discussion and scientific exchanges during the COVID-19 pandemic, pushing forward with APACT 2021 recognized the importance of tobacco control in the building back better from the devastating impact of the pandemic. And we all are very much aware of the role that the tobacco epidemic has played in exacerbating COVID-19 outcomes. APACT 2021 provides us with the opportunity to celebrate a number of important milestones and accomplishments. The centennial of the Medical Association of Thailand, the incredible progress that Thailand has made in implementing the WHO FCTC and in supporting its aims globally, and the efforts of outstanding individuals like Dr. Hatay Chitanok, former president of the Conference of the Parties, who was instrumental in galvanizing party support for the guidelines for implementation of Article 5.3. These contributions highlight the important role that each of us play in tobacco control, so that we, as a global community in a pivotal moment in history, can build a healthier, more resilient population that will be in a better position to confront COVID-19 and future public health emergencies. This conference will address a number of key issues on which we must continue to focus in implementing the Convention, including taxation, plain packaging, and tobacco product regulation. It will also explore key emerging concerns, including novel tobacco products, the interface between COVID-19 and tobacco control, and the integration of tobacco and NCD control. As you know, virtual meetings of the WHO FCTC governing bodies will be held soon. The 9th session of the Conference of the Parties from 8 to 13 November 2021, and the second session of the meeting of the parties to the protocol to eliminate illicit trade in tobacco products from 15 to 18 November 2021. Your insights over the next 2 days will help support the adoption of informed decisions regarding the Convention and the protocol for the next biennium. We all are critical partners in implementing the Convention and the protocol, and in developing innovative approaches and programs to help us strengthen tobacco control and build back better. I wish you good deliberations. Thank you.
Let me begin by congratulating the organizers of APACT 2021. Especially, they have taken up the challenge of organizing this very important event while the pandemic of COVID-19 is still looming globally and in the region. Many countries are quite seriously affected by the pandemic. The organizers of the conference, Medical Association of Thailand and the National Alliance for Tobacco-Free Thailand, have taken up this challenge and for successfully organizing this conference, and I'm sure that technical deliberations and discussions during the sessions of the conference will be very useful for preventing and controlling tobacco control, not only at the country, regional, but at the global level also. Southeast Asia region is very high in tobacco use prevalence. We have the countries which have one of the highest tobacco use prevalence globally. This is a big challenge. This is the region which consumes a lot of smokeless tobacco, and now the challenge of new and emerging nicotine and tobacco products is also coming up in the countries. The governments have made various efforts to control tobacco by implementing tobacco control laws, WHO FCTC, WHO Empower Package, and also the Best Buys in partnership and coordination with civil society organizations and other important stakeholders. Tobacco control has to be a whole of government, whole of society approach, and then only it is successful. The region has seen good progress over a period of time, and countries have started reporting decline in tobacco use prevalence, both smoking and smokeless tobacco. But there is still a lot to do. The best buys are not being implemented fully. Countries have not achieved empower strategies to their fullest, highest level of achievement. We have a lot to do in tobacco taxation, tax ban, implementing the media campaigns, and also tobacco cessation. Although some countries, they are at the highest level of empower score in 6 strategies of empower, but they have to go a long way. The efforts are being put to strengthen the tobacco control at the country level. We need more and more partnerships. We need more and more partners and collaborators to come up along with the government's efforts for an effective tobacco control. The implementation of tobacco control will go a long way in achieving the targets and goals of NCD Action Plan 2025 and also the SDGs 2030. I wish the conference all the success. Thank you so much.
Hey, dear APAC members. Nice to see you in Zoom on this Thailand conference. And I'd like to congratulate Thailand for successfully opening up this APAC conference. And during the very difficult time of COVID-19 pandemic. This is the second time that Thailand made significant note impact with APAC on tobacco control. The first time Thailand did with impact was in 1989 when Thai was targeted by the United States for market opening. That was after Japan, Korea, Taiwan was forced to open up the market. And at that time, Dr. David Yen in Taiwan felt that enough is enough. Let's fight back. So he used his own money, invited 25 leaders in tobacco control in Asia to come to Taipei to discuss strategies to help Thailand to fight back on U.S. tobacco trade policy. At the end of the conference, APAC was founded. The immediate task was to appear in front of U.S. Congress 301 hearing and also bring the case up to GATT for deliberation. The result was Thai was forced to open up the market. But more importantly, U.S. have the bad taste of fighting against Thailand and stop using Trade Act 301 to force other countries to open up market again. Then for APAC, it was significant because this Thai's fight gave APAC the focus, the energy, and also confidence to carry on the growth to become a major platform for tobacco control in the past 22 years in Asia. I would say that today we are witnessing another historical note that APAC Thailand is making in the past. In the past 3 years, after the very impressive APAC Bali Indonesia conference, Thailand made enormous effort to prepare for APAC Thailand conference in September 2020. In early 2020, many APAC members enthusiastically made early registration, want to attend the Thailand APAC conference. But all of a sudden, the COVID-19 hit the world. Without vaccine and requirement of masking, lockdown, and quarantine order, Thai announced to delay the September meeting. APAC lost control over contacts with most members. Nobody knew when and how the next step will be. Then in spring of 2021, Thailand announced that APAC conference will open on September 3-4 in Hybrid, Georgia. Soon after that, impressive online program was released. Also, importantly, Thailand included that at the conclusion session, Thailand will hand APAC belt and APAC flag to Malaysia to be the host of next APAC conference. And also in my office, inquiry began to reach me from other countries on how to make a bid to host APAC after Malaysia. Suddenly, APAC come alive. As the Executive Secretary of APAC, I say loudly, thank you, Thailand. You made a historical note in APAC in the tobacco world. Again, I wish you a very successful conference. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Boya Zhang, the President of Georgetown Foundation. On behalf of the Georgetown Foundation, it is my great honor and pleasure to welcome you all to this 13th APACT conference. I first of all would like to congratulate the organizing committee of Thailand for an excellent job in hosting this important conference in the year of ongoing pandemic. This is truly an extremely difficult task, and we thank you for implementing it so well. APACT was jointly funded by Dr. David Yan and many of the public health leaders around Asia in 1989, with its first conference held in Taipei in the same year. Now, APACT has entered its 32nd year. For the past 32 years, we have worked very hard to educate the public on tobacco harms, to expose the tobacco industry's wrongdoings, to persuade legislatures to implement laws on tobacco control, and to press the government to take stronger holds on anti-tobacco policies. I think we all deserve some praise for going so far and achieving so much. However, during the past few years, we have seen new and novel tobacco products flooding all over the world. Not only many government officials and medical professionals have already submitted to the tobacco industry's propaganda. The general public, especially the younger generation, seems also easily persuaded by claims of less harmful ideas, and thereby volunteer their health and lives through the industry's continuous bloody gains. Just like the traditional tobacco products, the so-called new or novel tobacco products are nothing but another nicotine delivery systems. We in Asia Pacific need a united front against those new or novel tobacco products. If we cannot stop them now, there will be little hope for an end game on tobacco. Together we stand divided we fall. Starting from here, they try to work even closer and harder to collectively shaping the tobacco control policies of our governments. Georgetown Foundation and I are very proud to be one of the members of APACT, and we will continue our fight against tobacco with the hope that one day our society and our people will no longer the victims of any tobacco products. Thank you.
Hi, this is Wen Qibang, Professor Qibang Wen from Taiwan, National Health Research Institute, and founder of the Taiwan Medical Alliance for the Control of Tobacco, or TMAT. Professor Yan Qihua, Qihua Yan, Secretary General of TMAT, and I, along with the members of the medical community in Taiwan, including some 50+ medical societies, and allied health organizations. We would like to congratulate during the opening ceremony of APACT 2021 in Bangkok, Thailand, under the great leadership of Professor Konsakon, who has a Chinese name, Kang Yilong Jiao Shou. We like the APACT theme, Moving Together for Tobacco-Free Society. Just like the motto of Tokyo Olympic, which was striving for faster, higher, stronger, and adding this year together, making it faster, higher, stronger, and together. Under APACT 2021, we also need to be united against the tobacco companies to achieve the higher goal of tobacco-free society. We are sorry that we cannot be in Bangkok in person, but your arrangement of this virtual conference is most appropriate and would achieve the same goal under the dire circumstances. We wish you the best of luck from PMAC in Taiwan. Here is Professor Yan Qihua, Secretary General of PMAC. Thank you.
Good morning, Sawadee. Distinguished delegates, dear colleagues, and all participants. I'm Dr. Yan, President of Taiwan Medical Alliance for the Control of Tobacco, TMAT. On behalf of TMAT, I would like to bring greetings from your colleagues in Taiwan and the TMAT. I'm honored to join the opening ceremony of 13th APACT in Bangkok. Thank you for having brought us together in the wonderful city of Thailand to discuss one of the main current challenges worldwide, which are, without doubt, tobacco control. It's highly appropriate that a conference should be held in your countries, because as everyone knows, Thailand has made many notable advances in the field of tobacco control. And also, my congratulations go to Professor Konsakon and the organizing committee for the wonderful work for the conference. It's a remarkable accomplishment, especially amid of the COVID-19 pandemic. Nowadays, the world has been changed since the pandemic. However, the only thing that remains unchanged is the threat of tobacco. To protect present and future generations from the devastating health, economic, social, and environmental impact of tobacco. Today, we are gathered to exchange views and share experience with our high-level professors, colleagues, and friends to discuss progress and the next steps towards tobacco-free society. With our patience and partnership, I sincerely believe that we will win the race to the tobacco endgame. Wish you a successful and rewarding conference. Thank you very much.
Dear participants of the 13th APACT 2021, I am privileged to welcome you to the 13th Asia Pacific Conference on Tobacco or Health that will be conducted in a hybrid virtual system in Bangkok. Due to the pandemic situation, the conference has been postponed from 2020 to 2021. The conference convenes tobacco control researchers, policymakers, civil society, health professionals, practitioners, and observers to discuss recent research results, tobacco control policies, taxation, legal issues, health and economic impact of the tobacco to improve equity, health, and welfare of the population in Asia Pacific region. Based on current evidence, the conference will share experience and knowledge on various aspects of tobacco control in a multitude of sectors, including the relevance of tobacco consumption to the control of COVID-19 pandemic, as well as its role as a major risk factor for preventable non-communicable diseases. Finally, I am honored to support this event and wishing you all success in the conference.
We would like to express our hearty congratulations to the 13th APACT in Bangkok, Thailand. I have been attending all of the past conferences, therefore I miss the fellowship with you all and all the members from each APACT country. I can remember the 4th APACT at Chiang Mai, Thailand in 1995, where the tobacco control has been well enforced. Compared to the Japanese tobacco control, Thailand is much far better, even though possession of the tobacco monopoly. After Japanese abolishing the tobacco monopoly, Japanese government wants to keep the stock of JT and support their CSR activities. The advertisement of JT and other tobacco company is not allowed by the voluntary regulations. However, they put ads on TV and newspapers. Fortunately, the Minister of Health, Labor and Welfare proposed the health promotion law to prevent the passive smoking to prepare the Olympic Games in 2020. On the other hand, PMI, BAT, and JT are get together to promote heat not burn tobacco in Japan, while the consumption of tobacco is quickly declining. It is good for the Ministry of Finance have decided to increase the price 10 to 20% each year. We respect and support your theme, which says Professional Alliance Moving Together for Tobacco-Free Society. We, the family of APACT, will take a good partnership for aiming the tobacco-free society. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Dr. David Barb, President of the World Medical Association, and I bring you greetings and congratulations from the WMA as you open the Asia Pacific Conference on Tobacco or Health 2021. I must start by recognizing the 100-year anniversary of the Medical Association of Thailand that is also being celebrated in conjunction with APACT. National medical associations like the MAT are vitally important, not only in supporting physicians, but by promoting the highest standards of medical care, public health, and medical ethics in your country. The strong voice and advocacy of the MAT over the past 100 years has improved the practice environment for physicians and the medical care for the people of Thailand. They deserve our recognition and our thanks. One example of the MAT efforts to improve the health of the public is their collaboration with the National Alliance for Tobacco-Free Thailand in organizing APACT 2021. Both the MAT and the WMA have long recognized the vital role that physicians play in providing authoritative advice to their patients and the public about the dangers of tobacco, the importance of tobacco cessation, and the critical importance of public health measures in achieving a tobacco-free society. Together, we must continue to pursue a tobacco-free society through a multifaceted approach. This means partnering with organizations like the NATFT and others to strengthen and broaden the base of support for the tobacco-free message. Together, we must continue to advocate for the principles outlined in the WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control adopted by the World Health Assembly in 2003. It has been 18 years since its adoption, and although much progress has been made, there is still much more we must do. This conference will focus on areas where we have the greatest opportunity to make further progress toward a tobacco-free society, including the role of increased regulation and taxation of tobacco products and e-cigarettes, and to increase monitoring and countering the message of the tobacco industry. Let me close by thanking you on behalf of the WMA for the work that you're doing in your countries and beyond to eliminate the sale and use of tobacco and related products, and through that, to improve the health of our population worldwide. May you have a very productive conference. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, I am Professor Sho Hashimoto, Secretary General of Shimao. I am also an executive board member of the Japan Medical Association and a council member of the World Medical Association, WMA. I would like to make a congratulatory address to celebrate the opening of APACT 2021. The COVID-19 pandemic has infected more than 200 million people and killed over 4.3 million worldwide so far. It has become a further threat due to the spread of the highly infectious Delta variant. Yet we have to address one of the greatest public threats the world has ever faced. That is no longer other than the smoking epidemic, with the WHO reporting it killing more than 8 million people worldwide a year, of which about 1.2 million are exposed to second-hand smoking. In this regard, with the contribution of the Medical Association of Thailand, the Shimao adopted the Declaration of Health Hazards of Tobacco Products in 1988 and Samplan Declaration on Tobacco Control in Asia and the Oceania region in 2010 to emphasize the reduction of tobacco health hazards and the measures taken. The WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control, FCTC, which was ratified by 40 countries and came into effect in May 2005, will tackle further tobacco control with 182 contracting countries in June 2020. The international community is making a major step forward in preventing the global spread of tobacco. Under these circumstances, APACT 2021 is expected to contribute to curbing the spread of smoking and reducing health hazards in the Asia-Pacific region with the theme of Professional Alliance moving together for a tobacco-free society. Lastly, I hope that this conference will be a great success with fruitful results. Thank you.
Kính thưa các quý vị đại biểu, trước hết tôi xin thay mặt cho Hội Y học các nước Đông Nam Á và Tổng hội Y học Việt Nam xin nhiệt liệt chúc mừng Hội Y học Thái Lan với những thành tựu đã đạt được trong 100 năm qua, đặc biệt là những đóng góp tích cực cho việc hoạt động y tế, là thành viên tích cực đóng góp vào sự phát triển chung của Hội Y học các nước Đông Nam Á. Như chúng ta đã biết, trong giai đoạn hiện nay, Thái Lan cũng như các quốc gia trong khu vực đang phải tập trung ứng phó với tình hình đại dịch COVID-19 đang diễn biến hết sức phức tạp. Trong bối cảnh đó, việc Hội Y học Thái Lan tổ chức lễ kỷ niệm 100 năm thành lập hội và tổ chức hội nghị liên minh các hội nghề nghiệp cùng hành động vì một xã hội không khói thuốc lá. Lần này có ý nghĩa hết sức quan trọng, khẳng định vị thế, vai trò của Hội Y học Thái Lan đối với các hội y học các nước Đông Nam Á, thể hiện đậm nét sự chia sẻ trách nhiệm tích cực giữa các quốc gia trong công tác phòng chống dịch bệnh, các bệnh không lây nhiễm, đặc biệt là tạo diễn đàn để hội nghề nghiệp chia sẻ kinh nghiệm trong quản lý, phòng và điều trị các bệnh do thuốc lá gây ra và cùng hành động vì một xã hội không khói thuốc. Với trách nhiệm là Chủ tịch Hội Y học các nước Đông Nam Á, nhiệm kỳ 2018 đến 2021. Trong những năm qua, Tổng hội Y học Việt Nam đã đồng hành cùng với các cấp, các ngành triển khai có hiệu quả các hoạt động trong phạm vi toàn quốc. Bên cạnh đó, Tổng hội Y học Việt Nam đã kêu gọi Hội Y học các nước Đông Nam Á tiếp tục đoàn kết hành động, góp sức cùng chính phủ, cùng ngành y tế để chung sức vượt qua đại dịch COVID-19 và chia sẻ gánh nặng của hệ thống chăm sóc sức khỏe trong từng quốc gia, đồng thời tạo diễn đàn trao đổi và chia sẻ kinh nghiệm phòng chống đại dịch COVID-19 của Việt Nam, cũng như sáng kiến trong việc chống lại đại dịch COVID-19 theo cách có thể phù hợp nhất đối với từng quốc gia trong khối ASEAN. Do tình hình đại dịch COVID-19, các quốc gia chỉ có thể tham gia trực tuyến, nhưng tôi cho rằng đây là một cơ hội để các hội y học các nước Đông Nam Á chúc mừng thành quả của Hội Y học Thái Lan, và cũng là cơ hội để các chuyên gia của Hội Y học các nước Đông Nam Á trao đổi kinh nghiệm, tăng cường năng lực và sự phối hợp giữa các quốc gia, và cùng nhau hành động vì một xã hội không khói thuốc, hướng đến một cộng đồng ASEAN vững mạnh. Xin chúc hội nghị Hội Y học Thái Lan tiếp tục phát triển vững mạnh, đồng hành và đóng góp tích cực vào các hoạt động chăm sóc sức khỏe và sự phát triển của Hội Y học các nước Đông Nam Á. Chúc hội nghị thành công tốt đẹp, chúc sức khỏe các vị đại biểu, chúc sự bình an và cùng nhau chiến thắng đại dịch COVID-19. Xin trân trọng cảm ơn.
Hello, I'm Dr. Gerald Harmon, President of the American Medical Association. On behalf of all our members, I extend warm greetings to everyone attending the Asia-Pacific Conference on Tobacco. I also extend our hearty congratulations to the Medical Association of Thailand on the celebration of its 100th anniversary. Since its inception in 1921, the Medical Association of Thailand has played a leading role in promoting medical ethics, advancing medical research, and collaborating with other medical organizations nationally and internationally. Now representing tens of thousands of physicians, the Medical Association of Thailand continues to lead the profession through domestic and global health challenges. The AMA is proud to partner with you to advance the art and science of medicine and the betterment of public health in our respective countries. We value our close relationship with you and your consistent leadership in the World Medical Association, and we really look forward to resuming our long-standing friendship in person soon. This year, the Medical Association of Thailand hosts the Asia-Pacific Conference on Tobacco, a biennial gathering to address one of the world's most challenging and persistent public health threats, illness and death due to direct and indirect tobacco use. According to the World Health Organization, smoking and tobacco-related illnesses are responsible for the deaths of more than 8 million people worldwide each year. In the United States, while we have managed to reduce smoking among adults over the past 50 years, there's been an alarming increase in the use of e-cigarettes and vaping products, especially among teenagers in recent years. As representatives of medical organizations throughout the world, we must act to protect our future generations from suffering tobacco-related addiction and illness. International conferences such as this give us the opportunity to share research, policies, and best practices that can be effective, such as smoking and vaping cessation programs, banning the advertising of tobacco, especially to children, increasing taxation on tobacco-related products to reduce their use, and warn of the dangers of first and second-hand smoke. Colleagues, nearly 2 years into a global pandemic, we're learning again how interconnected our world is and how important it is that we commit to work together to address global challenges such as smoking and COVID-19. Each of you is a partner in this important work, and I thank you for being a part of the conference. Wishing you all good health and prosperity as you attend the conference and celebrate with the Medical Association of Thailand. Thank you.
尊敬的阿蒙里拉萨米会长，尊敬的隆纳采康萨孔主席，女士们、先生们，大家好！值此泰国医学会100年庆典和2021亚太烟草会议之际，我仅代表中华医学会对大会的召开表示最热烈的祝贺，并向各位致以诚挚的问候和良好的祝愿。非常遗憾的是，受疫情的影响，我无法赴泰参加此次盛会。泰国是一个历史悠久、美丽富饶而又充满朝气的国家，中泰友好交往源远流长，两国地理相近，血缘相亲，文化相通。面对新冠疫情带来的挑战，中泰人民守望相助，同舟共济，在彼此抗疫艰难时刻，及时给予对方宝贵的支持和医疗物资援助，生动阐释了中泰一家亲的真挚情谊和人类命运共同体的伟大精神。泰国医学会是中华医学会的老朋友，我们为增进相互了解、促进友好合作都付出了努力。2014年，两会签署了关于医学专业合作的谅解备忘录，为我们在双边研究项目开展合作奠定了基础。2015年，中华医学会成立100周年之际，我们非常高兴地邀请到时任泰国医学会会长的萨那特拉纳怀卡库尔教授到北京参加庆典，和我们一同见证中华医学会的辉煌历史。2020年初，中国发生疫情，泰国医学会在第一时间给我会来函表达问候，我们非常感动。随后，疫情在全球爆发，中华医学会立即策划新冠肺炎防治中国经验研讨会，通过线上交流的方式，向包括泰国医学会在内的合作伙伴分享了我们的经验做法。虽然疫情导致国际旅行受限，但中华医学会和泰国医学会的联络与互动并未中断，两会的交流与合作持续推进。今年7月，我会举办医学期刊网络研讨会，泰国医学会杂志总编阿皮查特奇塔查罗恩教授应邀出席。据我所知，我会专家也积极参与到此次2021亚太烟草健康会议。两会都希望双方能够在医学领域展开更多务实性的合作。我想，这充分说明中华医学会和泰国医学会的深厚情谊。100年风雨，100年沧桑。今天是泰国医学会100年庆典，我衷心地向你们表示祝贺，也祝愿此次大会取得圆满成功。我相信，随着我们两个100年学会交往的更加紧密，中泰民间卫生合作将像长江和湄南河一样川流不息，奔腾向前。两会的全面互利合作必将奏响更加美好动人的新华章。谢谢。
On behalf of the Malaysian Medical Association, I would like to congratulate the Medical Association of Thailand for co-hosting the 13th Asia-Pacific Conference on Tobacco or Health 2021, along with the National Alliance for Tobacco-Free Thailand. The current COVID-19 pandemic has overshadowed the tobacco smoking pandemic, but that does not mean that we shall lose sight of the burden on health caused by tobacco smoking. The Asia-Pacific region has the highest number of tobacco consumption in the world, and Malaysia itself has a high prevalence of tobacco-related incidents of morbidity and mortality. This creates a burden on healthcare expenditure on a disease that is entirely preventable by the act of smoking cessation. Tobacco smoking is ingrained in many Asia-Pacific societies, and it is indeed an uphill task to change this. But it is a task that we must undertake if we are to bring this tobacco smoking pandemic under control. The formation of the Asia-Pacific Association for Control of Tobacco was indeed a step in the right direction, and throughout the years, it has brought together various experts to share knowledge and expertise on the best way forward in tobacco control. With these few words, I wish the 13th APACT 2021 a successful and fruitful event.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the organization committee, I would like to express our sincere appreciation for all presidents, representatives from the Medical Association, and also for the APAC executive committees from various countries who have come to show and share with us many meaningful message, and also to celebrate the Centennial Medical Association of Thailand. Not only that, to support and pay their dedication to support the APAC 2021 Thailand and make this success. Thank you very much once again. So right now we have proceeded to an end of our opening ceremony. I would like to declare that once again tomorrow we will have another whole day with a full informative program, which is going to start from 9 o'clock in the morning. Please do check the agenda and also check for your interested topic that you can join. Also, please be invited to join our highlight, which is we are going to have the closing remarks, start with the plenary lecture 3, from Bali to Bangkok toward KL, Kuala Lumpur. What have we got? Start from 1:45 p.m. And also another section, we are going to arrange the award presentation that will be happened on 2:30 p.m. And last but not least, please do not forget to join with the APAC 2021 conference decoration, start at 2:45 p.m. Thank you very much once again for your valuable time. We hope you are going to enjoy with our many of informative sections that are going to be delivered from our experts. For those who want to rewatch our scientific program, the platform will be remanded on our website for 3 months after the meeting ends. Please log in with your username and password. So I would like to say once again, thank you very much for your participation and your attention. And we hope all of you stay safe and stay healthy. สวัสดีค่ะ